Welcome. Find a comfortable seated position. Sit upright and begin to breathe more deeply. Allow your attention to unleash the natural desire of your breath. Feel and be present with what needs you are bringing to this practice today. I don't want to finish this video. I feel extra self-conscious of my dad bod on this one. And I'm going to. It's an incredible practice, and I want you to have it. Our practice will be designed to work the left and right sides of your body, bringing them into balance by giving each side the opportunity to presence and guide the pace, rhythm, and depth of your poses. It is your job to adjust for you. So stay on one side in a pose if it is working well for you, and continue alternating even if I am staying put in the video. As we begin, you are not expected to be fully comfortable sitting. Pay attention to what parts of your body are drawing your attention. Breathe into them and prepare to focus on these areas during the course of your practice. Breathe more deeply. On an inhale, turn and bow into a child's pose. Tops of the feet down, knees slightly open. Breathe into your abdomen. Melt down into your thighs. And feel gravity giving you a hug. Allow the lower back to lengthen. And when you rise, come to your knees and lean back with the thumbs wrapping around your waist before exhaling down once again into a child's pose. Return up on your knees and begin to alternate. One arm down, back towards the heel, the other one up, half camel. You're inhaling as you rise, exhaling as you sink into the pose. Your head is loose, gently extending the arches. And you return to a centered, gentle camel before bowing down to a child's pose again. On the next inhale, come into a deeper camel. Your fingers are pointing down your butt. And you can come forward with one leg into a low lunge. But you're not raising your arms. You're just feeling the foundation before alternating to the other side. And either staying or alternating each breath, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Once you've established the foundation, inhale your arms up and add a prayer above your crown. Feel natural with these movements and trust the first alignment to show you the easy, natural opening of this pose. Return to camel. Lean back a little further, grounding through your foundation, breathing into tension. Before exhaling down once again to a child's pose. And then coming up into rabbit pose. Cradling your head, crown to the ground, you're on your knees. Breathe into the arch of your back. Inhale, thread one arm under the body as you twist to the side. The upper arm is straight out, fingertips to the ground, bracing and deepening the stretch in the shoulders. Your temple is to the ground. Other side. This stretch accentuates a twist in the shoulders. Also be aware of the separation in your hips. Remain conscious of your legs and feet as they help you stabilize. And surrender your neck into the extension of this twist. Continue to alternate every several breaths. Notice the differences on either side. Center your awareness of any tensions, breathing into the opposite side of a circle around your body, wherever you find them. And return to rabbit pose, becoming aware of what you have given your body. Breathe into the pose as you inhale and lift one leg, pointing the toes. Exhale it down, inhale the other up. Begin alternating one breath on each side. Feel the extension of the leg beginning in the core, extending through your buttocks. Allow this extension to loosen the effort that often gets trapped in the thighs and hamstrings. Breathe through your quads and any other muscle group that seems inclined to overexert. Come to center, and I invite you to a jackrabbit pose, bracing the arms to lift the knees and straighten the legs. This is a headstand preparation, so contemplate the strength through your shoulders and upper back. before returning to your knees in rabbit pose. And prepare for a low cobra. Down on your belly. Arms parallel, elbows under the shoulders. Gently arch up from the grounded pelvis through the chest. Lift the head last. Before turning to the side in a lounge lizard. Lower arm pointed straight out, perpendicular to the body. Alternate to the other side. Resting your head down towards the lower shoulder. The legs are stacked on top of each other. Alternate again. Fingertips of the upper arm gently bracing the body. Alternate again. Consider raising the upper leg and hugging it towards your body. Leave the knee bent or wrap 2 fingers around the big toe and straighten it up. Breathe space through the shoulder. And draw the leg back in for a hug before turning to the other side. Hug beneath the knee, stay here, or wrap the big toe, straighten it from the length extending from your buttocks. The legs start at the back of your body. Upper leg relatively straight, the one locked. And bring it back down before returning to a low cobra. Breathe here. You may repeat the exercises we just did, or lift yourself up. Draw one leg across the body into a gentle pigeon. So leave the forward leg where it first rests. It's nice to get the toes to be parallel with the knee, but it's less important than simply getting used to the stretch. Switch to the other side before you feel ready. You're just opening your body. You can leave your hands on the mat or arch up by putting them on your ankle and knee. Sink the pelvis down. Other side once again. Second time in the pose, see if you can go a little deeper. You can draw yourself down on your elbows and find exactly a limit you can work with well. Pigeon is an intense pose. Any version you do will benefit your body. Alternate once again, consciously lifting, straightening the bent leg and bending the straight leg. Coming to your natural limit in this pose. Breathe into your chest and allow the pelvis to sink. Consider shifting once again by bringing the back leg in for a simple cross-legged seated position. Then rotate the lower leg back around, straightening it into a pigeon. Come down a little bit lower if you can, respecting your limit. Breathe into the intensity before reversing it. In this sequence, you're welcome to stay through any one of these pigeons, even if I change them. Release the pose. Come to a gentle cross-legged seated position. Center yourself before lying back. Simple bridge. Lower back to the ground, feet planted. Inhale your butt up, tucking the shoulders, feeling the arch between your feet and shoulders. Hug the knees in, lower them to one side in a simple twist. The first time in this pose, don't worry. Inhale, reverse it to the other side. You're just getting used to it. So see where the tension stops you and breathe into that space without struggle. Reverse it again. Or stay if you know it's working for you. You can change sides one breath per side. Your lower arm reaches up to draw the upper leg down from the knee. When you inhale, lift the upper leg before the lower leg. Allow them to separate before recombining on the other side. Your shoulders open without straining, and your neck simply gazes to accentuate the twist, or remains looking up. Each time you alternate, feel space in your lower body as you allow the hips to find their own ways to move. Breathe into the circle around your lower back and hips. And feel the connection between the hips and shoulders. Sense how the twist helps them separate and work together. Inhale, come to center, hugging the knees to your chest. Breathing the lower back into the floor. Bring the feet back down. Plant for bridge once again. Stay here or begin alternate leg lifts. Inhaling one leg up. Exhaling it back down. Feel your weight shift from side to side and become conscious of how to remain grounded each time you lift high. The back of the shoulders is one side of a bridge. Keep weight balanced between the balls and heel of each foot. Keep your toes active. And return to a bridge with both feet planted. Sense how much easier it is to use both feet now. Before returning the lower back to the ground and breathing. The nose tip, extend your legs straight. Begin inhaling and lifting one leg at a time, exhaling it back down. Allow the pace of your motion to be guided by the rhythm of your breathing. So your lungs induce the time to move. Put some awareness on keeping the legs relatively straight, with length from the back of the butt through the heel. Sense the strength of your abdomen doing this work. Keep the back of your head grounded as you lift both legs together. Inhale your upper back and draw your feet down by wrapping around the big toes. Happy baby breathing. You inhale, open, straighten slightly. Exhale, come down, drawing the bent knees towards your body. Your whole body becomes one gigantic lung. Feel the unity. The abdomen does the work. Lean to one side, mostly straightening the legs. As you draw one leg open, as the other stays up, open to one side. Inhale to center, exhale other side. You can modify these by releasing one leg. Any version is beneficial when you work at your edge. Maintain that trust. Before drawing your legs back in. Either repeat the previous sequence of leg lifts or inhale your upper body inhale your lower body over your upper body, bracing beneath the hips for a gentle shoulder stand with bent knees. Breathe here. Tuck the shoulders under to lift a little higher and begin extending one leg up, the other down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink in two. Any number of these can be beneficial. Working at your edge is the best place to create results. Pushing past it damages both your body and your desire to do this again soon. Find your way into a simple shoulder stand, feeling, leaning, with both legs straight for a little bit, before reaching them over your head and back into an easy shoulder stand with the bent knees. A good shoulder stand is best as a completion. Your body's often not open enough to hold it early in a practice, but it can be beneficial to visit the foundation of the pose and stretch your way into it. Inhale and then exhale. Work your way back down on your back. Extending one leg, then the other, to lie flat for a moment, sinking into the ground. Inhale one leg up, foot flat, then the other. The solar plexus. First sight. You're going to inhale one leg up and cross the ankle above the opposite knee for a gentle hip opener. You found your edge with your pigeons earlier. Now you're going to breathe into the work you've done. Exhale, switch sides. Allowing the knee to sink down towards the ground, opening the hip a bit more. And repeat. Other side. Either get ready to repeat these exercises several more times, or on the next switch in sides, inhale the combination of your legs up. Thread through the lower leg and wrap your hands behind the thigh, drawing the hip towards you. The crossed leg is now able to open a little more deeply. As you exhale, go a little deeper. And switch sides. And all these exercises, we give you a level 1 and then a level 2. Even if you are capable working on the level 2 stretches, it's good to do the level 1s first. If the level 2 stretches prove too tension-ridden, don't stay with them. It's not good for you to be frustrated. You know the challenge is here when you're ready. Release the pose. Lift the chest and brace the arms behind you, elbows below shoulders. Straighten the legs and begin scissors, holding the legs in the air and moving them back and forth, one above the other. Feel the length of the legs from the back of your butt, which is now planted into the ground. That's where your leg begins. And either continue that exercise or prepare for some slow bicycles. Hands low behind your neck. You exhale and cross the body, elbow towards opposite knee. One leg straightens, toes open, alive, slightly pointed. The other knee bends towards the chest to meet the opposite elbow. They don't have to touch. Don't cross the point of straining ineffectively. But hold a little longer than you might be comfortable with before inhaling your way back down and exhaling for the other side. You're not counting. In fact, you're returning to scissors if this becomes too frustrating. But become conscious of the challenge of this exercise. It's very good for building core strength. Slow it down, both to deepen the stretch and to give you more time to breathe. And then hug your knees to your chest with your head back on the ground. Feel the strength in your core that you have just built. Brace yourself roll to the side. And prepare for the diamond dive. Open to a wide-legged forward bend position. Lift from behind your hips with your hands. Plant the sit bones. Draw your belly in and do a gentle forward bend forward, just exploring the openness. Turn to one side. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Begin alternating one breath per side, paying special attention to the first place that objects to this stretch. Watch if your knee pops up a little more. Be okay with it. Let it be. But gently bring awareness to the top side of your leg, or the opposite side of a circle, wherever your muscles object. Breathe into the opposite side of your lower body, around the kidney area. Whenever you're stretching to one side, there can be a pull here. Surrender your belly towards your thigh and begin twisting to the side a little so the upper arm comes up like a swimmer pose. Staying above your body or perhaps reaching to the toes to help accentuate a slight twist. Stay. Breathe here. And surrender whatever is straining the most. Inhale to center, other side. Upper arm over like a swimmer, staying in the air or reaching to the toes. Breathe into your lower back. And keep life in the opposite leg, all the way to the toes. Inhale to center and come forward once again, recognizing the ease with which you can go deeper now. Adjusting the placement of your heels. And either staying or turning to one side once again in a one-legged forward bend. Stay. Keep the chest gently lifted, resisting the urge to reach down with your head. And switch sides at least once in this. Breathing into the opposite hip, lengthening through the sides of the body. I typically switch sides often in these forward bends in particular. And the change I make is phenomenal between the beginning and the end of the time in a set. Shift to a staff pose, legs straight out in front, palms braced on either side of the hips, sit bones grounded, heels extending. Lift through the chest. Relax the head. Bring one foot up, bent knee in towards the body, foot flat. Gently twist around it, hugging it with the opposite arm, elbow around knee. The straight arm twists behind you and braces wherever it naturally rests. The head does not extend much, mostly gazing with the center of the chest, perhaps slightly extending the twist. Breathe into the hips and allow them to open. Return to center in staff pose. Other side. Feel the separation between your hips. Allow the upper leg to let go. Remain conscious in the straight leg. And let the shoulders gently accentuate the twist through the upper body. Let go of tension with each exhale. In twists, inhale, lift up. Exhale, consider going a little deeper. Return to staff pose before turning the feet flat into an easy table. So you're just lifting the butt and you're finding your weight. Begin leaning side to side through the shoulders. So your weight is moving from one palm to the other. And you feel it through that side shoulder. If you comfortably can, lift up onto the fingertips with the other side to accentuate the balance. Breathe into this. Feel the intensity of opening each shoulder in this way. Stay conscious and grounded through the feet. And keep the navel up without straining. Come back to center. Exhale down to a staff pose. Reset. Either stay here or lift back up into a gentle table. And I say gentle, you're not straining to accentuate every angle. Inhale one leg up and cross it over the opposite knee. Lift through the belly. Exhale that leg down. Inhale, other side. Lift the leg, straighten it, cross it above the planted knee. Right over the thigh. Exhale to center in a table. Now, extend. Lengthen the knees away from the upper chest. Lean your head back. Lift your core. Breathe through open shoulders. And exhale your way back down. Staff pose. Enjoy it. Be grateful for what you've just given yourself. Breathe through the shoulders. And turn for a butterfly. Plant the palms slightly behind your hips and lean back, making it easier to open the knees towards the ground before stacking your knees over each other in a hero pose. Stay right here. It's nice to draw the knees towards each other, but just crossing in this way can be intense. Keep your gaze forward. And inhale, lean towards the upper leg, towards the side of the upper leg. So plant that same side arm and lift the opposite arm above you, pointing the fingers, stretching all the way down through the hip. Then bring that upper arm down, point it at the floor or touch, and the lower arm reaches over to hug the ear and draw open the neck. Surrender the raised arms shoulder down, separating. Breathe into this space. Release. Return to hero pose. Cross the arms. Either draw them in, stretching through the shoulders, or eagle arms. Wrap them around, one palm, cups the other fingers. Then lift the elbows and chest up. Unwind and change the cross of your hero, either by twisting around in a spin or simply by unwrapping and re-wrapping your legs. Pause in hero pose. Hands on the upper knee. Breathe. Exhale, lean towards the upper leg's hip. Opposite arm up, fingers pointed, lower arm braced to the ground. Stretch from the ear to the hip. Exhale this arm down, either towards the floor or touch it. Lower arm comes up over to hug the ear and accentuate the stretch through the side of the neck. The same side shoulder drops, separating. Breathe into the length of the side of your neck. Feel the release down into the shoulder. And return to center. Cross your arms and either stretch through the shoulder or wrap them further into eagle arms. Lift the combined elbows up to open the chest. Release. Switch the hero pose and accentuate a twist. Continue twisting. Breathe into it. Then reverse the hero once again, continuing the twist a little bit more in the upper body. before returning to center, leaving hero pose into a butterfly. Open the feet like a book and feel the openness you've given yourself. Chin. Come to all fours. Give yourself a couple cat-cows to iron out the spine. Knees under hips, palms under shoulders. Prepare for some balancing work. Sense your groundedness through all four limbs. Now inhale and lift one arm straight out in front of you, pointing the fingers. Gaze towards it. Exhale it down, inhale the other side. Be graceful and sense the shift in your weight. Switch again. Now continue these, or lift one leg on the next inhale. Point the toes. Exhale down, inhale, opposite side. Continue these. Staying strong through the arms, sensing how your balance changes as you shift your weight. Continue these, or lift opposite arm and leg at the same time. Center through your core and feel the kind of balance that is necessary to move opposite limbs together. Inhaling up. You can stay raised for a breath or continue to alternate. Exhale down, inhale up. Return to center. Give yourself a couple cat-cows. Inhale up, exhale arch. The head comes last. Cat-cows start at the root. Feel the wave up your spine. Chest and then head last. Either repeat the previous set or come down to your chest, lift up in an airplane, limbs into the air, balanced on the core. Exhale down, inhale up, or stay up. Either continue this or inhale for a half locust, bringing one bent leg above the opposite knee, which you lift into the air. Your chest is centered, and then you're dropping the hip. Exhale down, shift to the other side. You can explore straightening and then bending the raised leg. And concentrate on lengthening through the hip and separating them down towards the ground. Come to center, lift up, and shift to the navel in puppy pose. Elbows under shoulders, come up in an upward dog. Back into puppy. Your head's off the ground, your elbows are off the ground, but your butt can't reach your heels. Either continue the puppy easy up dog, or come up for a down dog. Down dog is from a cat-cow position. Then turn your feet under and push back. Now hang out. This is a valuable position to be in. Begin pumping your heels, straightening one leg and then the other. You can do these for a while. Breathe through the shoulders, maintaining length. Keep the head released. And come to center. Your heels are on or towards the ground. You can adjust the placement of your hands and feet if you need to. And begin alternating the arms. Inhale one arm up behind your lower back. Shifting your weight side to side. When you do these exercises before you try to stay for any length of time, you can often open a pose much more than you would if you simply stayed the entire time. And you get heat moving in your body. Shift to lift your legs. Inhale, lift one heel off the ground. Stay. Find your natural limit. So it's nice to lift the leg all the way, somewhat perpendicular with the spine or straight out from the spine. But if that creates too much strain, don't do it. Just work with lifting one heel and enjoy the empowerment that you can feel. If you so choose, with a lifted leg, you can eventually bend the knee and twist across your body over the planted leg. Again, don't do it if it creates undue strain. If you do it, get both sides. Before returning to a down dog. I have tight hamstrings today, but I feel strong, so I'm going to do opposite arm and leg. Only do this if it's effective. Just lifting one palm and one heel. You're working with the balance. Explore up and then back off from the point where you feel like you're going to tip over. Stay where you can work with strength and balance. And alternate both sides before returning to down dog. And come into a low squat for the third eye. Your arms are coming down on the inside of your elbows. Lift your chest a little at first before inhaling one arm up and gently gazing towards it, leaning down into the planted palm. Alternate. Inhale up, exhale down. Feel openness in the shoulders and the hips as you begin to wind your way down from this practice. You can go to a seated position now. Breathe and check in with what you may need. If you feel comfortable with the challenge, I invite you into a low side lunge. So you're extending one leg straight from the low squat, heel to the ground. And then you're twisting the toes up to twist your entire leg. Gaze towards the foot, and then shift to the opposite side. Now you can walk back and forth, shifting and rotating through the heels. You can also draw that straight leg back in and lengthen the other to shift sides. This way helps you stay centered on the mat. Now return to a low squat. Brace down through the palms. Feel grounded. If you so choose, you can come up on the balls of your feet. Consider opening your palms and lifting them for the ground as you breathe into your chest. And thank your body for this balance. And exhale your way down to kneel back on your heels. Feel reverent to living in a body as you bow down in child's pose. Thankful to the earth for the gift of this life. Breathe into the openness you've created, connecting with this pose and where you are now. Your knees are open. Your belly is surrendering towards the thighs. If you need any further attention, now is a time to consider what that may be. Either do some of the exercises for the chakra closest to the tension you feel, or do exercises for the 3 chakras and include the chakra before and after the chakra that is closest to the tension you feel. Explore this response to habitual tension. Learn the exercises well enough so you have them available to do during these completion, tweaking, correction times. And trust that the final tensions, that we often feel at the end of a practice may be the kind of feeling we can release with our breath and stillness. So either choose some poses you need, or move towards a savasana. Coming down to your belly and then rolling over on your back. When you center yourself for a final pose, whatever that may be, take a little time to adjust. In Savasana, you're tucking the shoulders slightly, lengthening the hips, balancing the openness of the legs as they part to side, the feet falling gently out. Your arms are open, back of the hands down. And then at a certain point, stop allowing movement to be your response to any tension. It might still rise. You may feel the impulse to shift. Don't. Breathe into this space. Use your internal awareness to seek balance wherever you feel excessive feeling. Breathe into the opposite side of a circle around your body at this point. And draw your attention back towards your center. Breathing into each part of your body that touches the ground. Surrendering down to the earth. Usually several minutes of stillness at the end of a practice, and you'll find that the momentum of the desire to move will let go. Stay as long as you need to, and be especially open to the guidance of your spirit. Breathe with the earth.